hospital kase wonum esie ne sese de yesi nipa bonfo na age enso manfo bi si wonum ntiase wa mono ni ensemu Nigeria man no si o say ye wakum kokobo nkokombo hwirefri se etutradom bi a wodi wani e wo mpotam ho ba bi no wonum akunkum wonum Yamfa da ema promise bal woton ha bedra hodo a ebo am yenya pomden ha bedra hodo a yebo hu de ro kasafidie ni kasafoni na hodo so say malaria treat de ye typhoid de wudi too stress ase de eboa ama with general well-being hwasi husu ye obenya bia to promise bal Oyerepa TV abrosan ase heya ewo edum boshaba abrosan musanso ene yekanfo boshaba electricals ama wo enkane ahodo mpemprade ahodo eye wire CCTV cables cameras ni nyina bi ewo boshaba electricals oko Instagram ne TikTok so a eye boshaba.electricals obehunu o ma yeton wa hani bi na afi wo so abeto bi ba komienu ene atufo betimi abeto bi na aboa medi here the PSC ladi me mamu nyina ajo ensem no enchiremo ene ye she ensem no ase ewo osuto breya iwo mu yi emu osuso atue ama osuto ye no ohwim Tigo Junction fo ebi ho akire wono won majapade mpempem ankoma ase ama binum dan adwregu amomanfo edwonsa egu ntia wonum so buoi se wonum epe ogefo ne aboafo
Eyimbiri no nsiempe mu ne nsu ne hyasa otodonhwere boboro anan onamdam ma hona watetembia oye nsuta mu ne ze nsu ne twi fa hone do nye hone nzamba bra hona nsu yi ase hone nzamba ne bi yin sam trofore kasan okirem dem nsu ne bu gata sa horowa owa apem hodo na obu ifa hone do benyen hone fiefim onamdam ma wo twi fi hone adan mu kapie suma bio wo hone anyankofo enyi ebusuanchen nzama horowa onamu nsu yi nti wa ahwere bi yin electrical gadget ngwa na pa nchi nzibana horo document atam yintar naza okekan wana hono kan ni bi nyinsam trofozi nkomo kiremu dem
me kan zemada minute na me sorry no na ze nso no ebua ma ha nyina yema ewem ho nyina yema tese ewura me dem ani na bibia mama you say like minti pie because you say oh there you say they do the pie kra na me ho be kire me ana me ho an kire me kra na nyina ba begu me dem na me hye dem na me hye dem na me hwese nke obi a oboafo beban mi nya obo me mu bia dan na me dem no so asa loki ti de bebo am yan say metimi apejam nyom na si ba bia ho bebo am still na me still na mo am afi me puma me dem e puba e wura dem mo afi kra de me expect na unexpected ti de bebo am say me fru si ni no so na kama akwa kwahye hono na me ho aton sini na me ko bu yin so na still na sini na me ko bu yin still na mo bro sa o top a because
as you can see, clothes I was washing, so I went to go and get underwater so I can rinse it. So I was still on the way drawing the water when I heard like it sound like a volcano. I was like, where is it coming from? So as I was approaching my doorstep here, the erosion has already covered from this place. So before I entered, the rain has already entered there and spoiled everything, all the gadgets in the house, including my phone and everything. So I wasn't able to take anything off because as I was going, the thing was fast covering my neck. So I had to run away and I jumped and I hung on that fence. So it happened.
Oh, we slept here. We were able to clean up and we just managed to sleep. We'll find another place because it has been happening and we think maybe it's something that got out of hand, that something get missing, but we now find out that it's stable something. Yeah.
So, good as in my better my 23 years. Movie sad. Better face. Good as in boy.
Nature na Jesse Champon Sub Metro Nadmo Director Chum Day za esi ya hobo sempapa ohia de wotu hu anamonentem.
So far a dia aflade no ahanko no ye check ye betimenya 21 ahakakra no nko a but ko asie ho no so a mo so betimenya dan be 15 a eno so aflade ahoni nyina pa no ni kware senka ɛdan biara esi hɔ aban de ne nsa ɛkɔka dan no nipa bi sim aka sɛ baabi a wɔte no yɛba bɛbubu ne dan but wote nsuo mu na yɛba bɛka kyerɛ sɛ sɔre firi nsuo no mu a wɔne yɛbɛnya problem but nsuo tɔ a ɛnso a na yɛnya haw
Yanko Fifi Mantemu Central Region. Yeko Ofanko na Ofanko J River. Agenda 111 a year hospital Kasia will see Honomono. Onye di aka kakra bi no mawie na so contractor na every site ho a enam so ama nipabon for ho eno tete udu ho no mu a cho rastaman throw one stone omanfo ehyeche dan no mu a wonum enu wi enum numbone ede ade
ebe boa yin bebre esan se empote ma ye we no hospital papa bi ani ha ansa na ibenya ka mpokura se yebekokrum akọ ye kan sen ka so krum ankasa akọje ayarehwe no na de betu nipa na ato na wi hwe pa esan se si yebekọ hospital yebre ada se yebekọ ye kan sen ka so a government hospital anase yebekọ bia akawe yankọ ho no obi on modne be kire prekunji se winiba what you say aha enti we so de nka ben ye ebe boa nipa bebre na afen so no asan asase no asan beji emmoawa ewo mpotema pa ya yete ayebre esan so ma be abe sha adwumadi na se enso hwe nkoso nti ama mmoawa ne mpo nipa bonefo kora ko hihimma enkola ba school a omotake won pa
emboa wo pa boys bi na wo hwo samo bantamanka boy baako pui fi hasisi ya wa mienu na wo hwo wa ba sesa wo tu sin na akọ contractors no wa ba sesa wo yi na akọ
mo ato hospital na na hia eni mboa mumusum betima aboa no eni na ha sense de mbu ya mpa na moka se obi yeri serious agise e bi atuka o ya peka na de akomo o ye de na kokurum
sa ha no ye hospital kase ya sanete but waya mizu se baboa ka e bia ya ne mu yedin a e bo twakwa akọ hospital kase na se be ha hadin ka ye pa
Sadia be your mom for kra no mafra brochireba titru kasa ebedru port a omo eninya wonya e wosika ombetue mo enti Ghana Shippers Authority din sai so nkobi aba container administrative charges no mo sadia be bebo ama ndoma akofom ama omanfo a wode no meba omayi emu
Ghana Shippers Authority mpanyfo de krata ababonten ebo nyumakuo ahodo a eba se yemfa ne mafiri ama ahodo so ne meyi ne ohabos a wo memu ohyaase bie ne anim se sensema na ekoso enam so ma Ghana Shippers Authority at 2024 as 1122 ema nipa do na eba abonten be kire woni a enye ebo ahodo a otua fa oniema ababedru port ahodo no a enam so ema ma bosom ne de to so aduonu e wa afi mu babeto simple no eya nhye a mpanyfo ayese eya ade bebedu port bia na se bia ye be 24th equivalent a obetimi atua be 550 Ghana cedis a na nka eba be hyase mebosumi ne de di kan wa afi mu a so afo hwe akonya be de nsem so Joseph Bukari ni pe edba betu dwa se sa date na so motwekọ animu ne mu bodula bosumi ne de di kan wa afi mu no ena mpanyfo be hwe na waka sansensem na eno kra na wo hwe anim simple no ebia sa sika no mbe mana akọ animu be 720 Ghana cedis no non ana wonku ahodo ona ehase beti shipping lines agents ahodo ni nyina babeto odwa se na me ya adoma efia da we ni me boso ne toso aduonu mienu no ena mpanfo betena ase na asem no watimi apepom sibre ama no eno ntini Ghana Shippers Authority mpanfo ebo mu nyina no ba se wonjumadie se obehwe na nhye pa atimi akoso na wona ofane amafiri akosikoko okrom bepiem anu okoyie no oho ban hom na aban soso ani so ade hunu se ebeboa madwadie ahome ya bam na won so odidwa no anya mfaso na aboa ma my Ghana di oman no so no atimi akoso na okuram ento biblia nya abotoye mu kopem bra mpanyifo hyehye ne anamutu opesu otu no obetimi ekọ benkrom
yanko yen airline ensem MOM eye national airline no ho hyehye no abeto dwa se Ghana yenya yen ehye a ewo mu no ebe ketewa bi na eno na public accounts committee enim no ewo ene Ghana mrahye bedwafie owura nipe wode to dwa ekyerɛkyerɛ mu kwan a sa adwumadie eye airlines ensem no Ghana man ede fa so.
This is not a good compliment, and there are lessons we have learned as a people. That is why earlier on I thank the committee for giving us the opportunity to respond to the issues raised by the special audit. We are not intending to have a shareholding that will be that dictatorial to the services of the airline that we intending to re-establish. We will only hold a small shares within, and then it will be a private sector-led activity. It is not good that I have my scheduled travels to arrive at a point and then you would delay the flight for me. There are lessons we have learned that we will improve upon, and working together with this committee and other stakeholders, it will be better for our times. I thank you for.
On this note, Minister, you are discharged.
Thank you so much, Chair. And
Ghana Standards Authority wama yiro mo chempa omse wo nye no mayie no obese wo no ma pa so wonam enkramontem do wenya empotam ho no mu a enipa bi a wo no ma enye papa no woje etugo company ba akokora de watum.
Ghana Standard Authority won operations ahoda won mo yese na be ya niema eye inferior goods no won be yi ede free adwaman so eno nenam so ma won kopie company ani din ede 5A star homes a won chese dwumadi titro mo ye eye inferior materials no mo de ye mattresses and furnitures ede mo manfo no e to de di ondwuma no mo chese sa niema na mo ye no eye wudie eniema sanse enye niema papa eno mo de di ondwuma die no ni kwan so manfo no so etimi eto den so wonimu nti no akoto mu akoto na wo abra won mo edu company hono wachira se company no empany fo mienu de wonmo ensa eso won panchi na dwumadie na mu hwehwemu edo mo kopie mu e wa shaman eye China mo no mko no hono hu se won dwumadie mo die no productions no eho e na end product no won produce dodo na mo de kwa akogu a wonmo elton a ni nyina no ya de a emiti standard a eni kwan se ekodwa man no mkoton Greater Accra Regional Manager edema Ghana Standard Authority Owura Clement Kubati nsem say the chensem trofo.
So you see from the main factory we have moved to China Mall. This is one of the distribution centers we've identified. You have seen some of the mattresses that we seized from the manufacturing side. When we came, they only show us one, that is one, but we decided to go down, and this is what we have found. The mattresses are here. And per our law, Section 44, we have the power to enter any premises upon reasonable grounds. If we suspect that you are doing something illegal, manufacturing or process anything under Section 44, we have the power to enter. We're not doing anything illegal. It is within GSA Act 1078. So it is not only the mattresses. We also have issues with electrical bulbs. We sample about 15 electrical bulbs. All of them have failed. I hold in my hand, as you can see, Ghana Standard Authority. It is not me. This is from our lab. So when you buy a bulb, maybe you're going to buy LED bulb, they are saying it's 15 watts. It's supposed to rise to a certain luminous, but what we have sampled, this is 15 watts. The minimum per the standard is 360. DS is 51. This is below the average by about 300%. It has failed. They label most of the items in Chinese. This is not a Chinese country. So they have failed both in the quality evaluation, they have failed in the labeling. So we are here on the mattresses, also here on the electrical front. Electrical is something that we call high-risk goods. These are things that can cause fire. Imagine you and I will suffer for 20, 30 years to build our homes, just to come and buy a bulb or extension cord. Through no fault of us, your house is raised to the ground. So as far as GSA is concerned, we are the managers of the national quality infrastructure. And it behoves on us to make sure that substandard products such as this are taken off the market. So Ghana Standard Authority, we develop and promote standards. So we can have a technical committee that will develop standards and make sure that when we have issues with labeling, we will coach them how to label their products. They cannot label yes, you can put it in Chinese, but let English also be part of it. So that when you and I are buying the products, I can't speak Chinese, I can't read Chinese. At least I'll have the English version, then I understand what I'm.
Also for her attention so no so ne aban lawyer panyin ene Owura Dominic ayene o de atudwa say the omonfo bi ka say aban no tieti amonfo fa ahodie so e wo kasa mu no o se ba gaskiya ba enye sa na etie
NPP amanyekuo no nrada eba abontin betire mu se kame se aban no ehunehune nipa bi a woka asem bi a ne yakwakwcho enam so mo de nsem no kura gu krata so a ekohu empanyimfo bi ofam no ne senka wonfo ano nto wonsem num no eno mu enenne aban lawyer pani Justice Dr. Dominic Ayini ya beka sa chem se sansensem na NPP fo ka na kame se mo ha mo ani a ne kura bi anim opani nka se mu etire mu se wo hwe afi apma hankura bi okrimienu amamra edi bu oman ya ema obi bia akwanya se wotimi ka bibi efa oman no ho de nanso saa mamra kro na esese du baabi na nipa asam na woka no ebetimi abutu oman na sanso de hye obobebo oman mu a eni kwa se emo nipa kro no kwan ni mpono nipa kro no faculty kwan bi so kwa kan onse mra wo oman mu anidie.
I think that the minority is exaggerating a lot with respect to the question of gagging of free speech. All right, there are limits. If you look at the Constitution, Chapter 5 of the Constitution deals with the fundamental human rights and freedoms. Look at Article 21, which guarantees the fundamental, right to free speech, to the right to demonstrate, and then the general freedoms of Ghanaians. But there are limits, all right? You can limit free speech if, for instance, it is something that, one that can undermine public order, all right? Our public morals, and for instance, for law enforcement reasons. So, if someone, for instance, is inciting hatred in our society, we do not expect that the minority will say that we should sit down idle as a government and allow that person to go on, because those are some of the things that led to wars in countries such as Rwanda. We have not gotten there, but it was the use of the radio, the use of the media, that incited the genocide that eventually took place in Rwanda. So there are limits to free speech, and I will say that the President of the Republic, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, is one of the staunchest supporters of free speech, because he himself, is a communicator by he's a communication specialist. I don't want to say he was a journalist, all right, but he was into communication, and so he understands the importance of free speech in a democratic society. As Attorney General, I do understand the importance of free speech in a democratic society, and I would be the last person to want to run the rights of our citizens to freely express themselves. But I should also not be the person who will sit idle when matters are being taken into citizens are taking matters into their hands when it comes to free expression. So I don't want to comment specifically on what is the subject matter because it is pending in court. But I believe that this government would uphold the freedom of every Ghanaian.
Afeyengura amanyosem emoe yeba sante mampona MPP fobi asore chese ade bi ekoso ne ha won pa omo se register omo de to aba internal election no omo kohwe ya omo di no ya carry enim nti aha won pa fi se omo si di party no echi a omo di every registry wono eya ade a ya yi carry fi eden ema won pa
for our Sante Mampoa constituency executive. Omo I supply the party's guidelines are for the bar say and share about one so. Edi can yen say from the 1st of March, see 31st of March 2026, the party in Yansamono. Omo be a quine say your party baby and quadon coach na ni din enko party's official register. I be friend say album and album and no register no any idea I say obia ko na ko tro ni din na no kranie ye mampo ha no sa process no anko yi e bi ni say registers na ye party the bar say ye fan ko every polling station na ko tro din no ye mpanifo ni bi eje so ba bi wo ha register no anko police station ho ba bi so ha e ko police station ho ya ma enipa ni nyina akwan ama o ma metro ba bi o register ntimi kodi nipa ba akofo o se aye aba me fie enti no menya kwan emetena ase metro baabi o ha ye hwehwe enipa na wotro no kwa na ye hu no ye wo cases bebre over the, across the constituency and also sa areas here sa ne mai e call so a ebi ewo anyankamam konton ho aframa no adwe ho wo Zongo East Zongo West ye wo SDA ye wo Methodist electoral area sa all places see ye different cases ewo ho utimi hu say na a deliberate attempt say omo wrongfully ombefa kwan bone so e dey disqualify obi bia mistake bia e ba ne form so enti na omo anya sa de no dia yesa ni say region for omomra na omo mehwe na mampon yemfa party guidelines no obi biara yafa kwan bone so eyi na free mu obi biara yafa kwan bi so achinchim ne nsa party ni chishemu any official register na ye party penny for say ye fa ko no omomra ne yanhwe ne yantrase na mampon ye nto aba no say ye we nyina wie dia any ade asomdwe beba
workshop bi ekoso ewo enkramantem wo New Patriotic Party NPP amanyoko mra hyebedwafo no eho ne no na onimonyafo Alhaji Baumia bode atudwa se wokra Frankamma NPP amanyoko no enti ba mu so fada yempentokwa ekire se ema obi enyina so entu ni MP enka se nipa no wanto ama Alhaji Dr. Baumia enti meto abetia no se sade no enyade a wope.
We are no longer healing. We are preparing to govern. We have finished the period of introspection. We must now position ourselves credibly as a party preparing to govern from 7th January 2029. From this session onward, every word we speak must answer one question in the mind of the ordinary Ghanaian. Can I trust the MPP to run the country again? That is the question we must answer. The positions we take on matters that come before the House, the alternative businesses, the alternative business we bring to the floor, the private members' bills we choose to introduce, our comments to the press, and what we participate in, abstain from, or even boycott must all be guided by one objective: convincing the people of Ghana that they can trust us to do a better job than the NDC and move this country in the direction that ensures growth while safeguarding our country for future generations. And we must keep reminding ourselves of the need to remain united. But the call for unity must be backed by genuine action that unites us. We are all politicians. We all have interests and ambitions. But none of us should allow his or her personal interest to override the collective ambition of our party. Our collective ambition is to promote the nation, our party, promote my candidacy, and promote our parliamentary candidates so that we can win the presidential and parliamentary elections of 2028. Nothing should be put ahead of this, and we should be each other's keeper in this quest. I also want to assure you that my support for you will not be occasional or ceremonial. I will be available to engage, to listen, to assist with policy direction, to support messaging, and to stand with you when the work becomes difficult. You should never feel that you are carrying this parliamentary responsibility alone.
Yet was so amanyo semua the best movement amanyoko na ne kofa by ni Owura George Oti Bonso or the two just say asun central kanim rasha bedwani honorable Kennedy akompreko Japan na sisia de boye presidential candidate Emma the best movement no oko tamale tifido mantama hinkromo eno manfo ekodi nkomo na mamra kwanso no ofa so eda amanyoko na di e de kire manfo wono mo ho.
for whatever plans that you have and whatever you are doing. That fatherly advice and that kind of experience will also be given to you as you go. So, like I told you, don't hesitate to call me, even a phone call, no problem with that. We can have engagement. Whatever advisor you think we can give for the forward march of your party, the newly created, the base movement, we'll give you the support. On this note, I welcome you back still to Tamale. I don't want to be saying the bomb because we have the overlord. No. I believe you have made plans to visit the overlord. No. Because that should be the number one. No. So if I say you are welcome to that, I'll be doing that on behalf of the overlord. No. So I can only say you are welcome to Lameshebo. No. Then when you get to the overlord, he will then tell you that you are welcome to Dagbam.
No. But our founder, Dr. Otibos, surprisingly, 2 of the palaces have installed him with a new chief, which translates into lucky chief. 2 coincidences. So it's more like, as the good book says, are the witnesses of 2 is established. So it surprises us because this is the first time in the history of Ghana that we've heard of financiers, businessmen for both MPP and NDC who have decided that enough is enough. We now want to use our resources to support the youth, to create employment. And it's like before we arrived, all the chiefs, they've received the message, and as a matter of fact, one of them told us plainly that if it had not been the fact that he's a chief, he would have been our regional coordinator because of the vision of the base movement. And so this is what we've seen in Tamale, and we've seen that wherever that we've gone, we've seen how we've been welcomed. We've seen how the youth have been motivated, mobilized. For the first time, we met with the youth intellectuals.
Yanko Gomwa is the 150 Mantemo Kasim City. Omo fomo hose wonmbrepa ba easy bani efri se emabo nuabo eni ne keka ho na ekoso ewo hono omanfo twek sekan ni tuo eba won so abrabia ni nyina ye langas nsensem ya henam so ama Oyerepa Pejo wono so waje ne dia ye dia ba aboni tim po ama paise tieni omanfo so hiamwa
Omanfo no kasa chim se emre kakra ni ena langas fo no ha won motete won papaapa wo se ne omo nenam ho wo bana se wasase wodi sudwuma no won mu etimi pamu fra asase ne so ne nema kra wodi edi dwuma wasase ne so na won mu agene nyina na wo abra won nsem twerefo kasa no ena Patrick Peju cheche mu no chesa abra won asase ne so no ena ohun sa akrofo emiensa ba kudin edi UN Muhammad ena afi Saliki a won beto hye ne so abra won ye omo hwe enam so ma ba ko edi dade ahwe ne tirim ema ehotwa ena emoje tu no de na ye pani behwe nam so ma omanfo no dimirika ntente so de ne kopie mu ewo nyanya no health center kwaje ayarehwe ensem a odeka ho tudwa eni
tato asase ye na ye adwuma ye na ye kwa ye hwe abusia no omo so omo ne ebedi dia ene ye nte ase enti mpanifo embrem no omo de abbo mitirimu sa ni ameka se mi katro ayo ni bien mu de wa me wo pictures betime di atre Ghana man nyina pictures bebre ka nyanya no ye electrical work me share through ewo platform so pictures nyina wo me phone so o me prepare sa me ne makura no kure nyame makura na me yesese de be ya mu pra because o ya abofra o papa mo de na mame se me nkire na adwumanti no me yesese de be ya o mu pra no ena ankrofo no edi mirikade ayon rosu bi ebo mitirim me de mensa we ewura mitirim ema me hu se mensa ni nyina akọ mitirim ema doctor nurse na opam ye no omo nurse for miensa ena be gina me so pam mitirim ma me UN ena boy bako o te your friend mafia boy bako o te your friend Mohammed yes enti no Ghana mpanifo sorry Ghana mpanifo sorry IGP sorry President Mama yesrew Kenya ho e wo sa asembwe mu yes pacho madam pacho ya friend me Patrick Eda Patrick me Perez Chapel Eda ewo Kasim City Patrick Bejo
tanso no manfo no bia won wo ho a ensem yi ha won no e kasa ye
mama mama you bet to me any landguard for official but Ghana mrade che say you for mrade che yesem na yesu ye bu aman no mu ati ana ye press conference ka cha ban say ya man up to 24 hours
ya sha ya ba han eye bush papa na ya sha ye gudu ayeye obi en walanga bi owo bi ala aba babo yan wala ta na de bi etre ye develop ha mo na nde wo dan do kwan fa make out of God wo bo to kwa langard wo paint wo da ho langard ye bia papa wo ha mo
na munyenyan we are not out of the community we fa yen shemu bi ahemfo yesra mu nyina mo mamu bi because mo he ne ya we pra ya me yo ba se me kunu kwa no so ye pra na ha de be hye me ma ama me
Yanko Obuasi is Chief Executive Officer Wohonom. Watch say no ma waye no e so bu nkunta kire ne manfo. My friends am trofo e de no ma waye ato wonom enim na be mo bokwaku nyameche ekugina ho e ma Oyerepa.
Wo abra onimanyafo William Kofi Azo eye media engagement ene wokasa chemu se hu hia pa ta enema hodo a waye de oguso a waye ne wawie no wotimi ekenkai e de kire omanfo ne sanse omanfo no nti ene dwumadi ahodo e wodi e de ema wonom eno nso na be kire se omanfo no anya adwunumufan e wone dwumadi eho eno nti woto no boase ekenkai nema hodo a waye nyina baako e de to semchofo enim
akotabo ya de ehia kasipa nyina yese ye de amabo no e bafom me am make sure say yebema eye timamufo no anase mensimufo no ebenya eye gidie wo mu say ampa omuso aye involve anase oma participate for one particular or one other project bia e buy in terms of apumude no so far ye kronkitu na ye wo ho no eye ayase for the first time in the history na ka mu yare na mu twa kwansi bebia ansa na omotimi akọ enne amino kase no ye di eye chief company akọ no manya no kra keke yasama eye nese kote se be ma omo aye posto kono betimi atra ho no mu enu ewo ho no mu it is at the stage of let's say some 50% to completion and akọ eye domia brand so stage of let's say 60% to completion and it is the same chief company dia momu then ofre no ho no ma you was one or two individuals any afensu na ye adwumaku ahodo bi so omuso aboa as far as health no concern AGA AC health center akasa de amaye wasonkori and also no ye ni omugo so ayego so omaboso akase oma plasan so kama akase omewie na omo hand over de amaye uye no fi onuma Bower Rocks and also etimi ato machine ya chama ayaresa bia ahodo be ennan me refer to Udumase Health Center SDA Hospital Bryant Mission and AGA ye di ma omo odi beboa ye se ye famboa ye nkora na ye wo mo no amunya John de cinema no ebetimi aboa se na be ya omo so betimi anya pomodi enti eno ena ye so far ade ayaya fa apomodi ensem ye ba ngoma suama on more serious no I think say for the first time ukonya mesume da omo enya na omo na atwa kwansi ansa na omako akọ school eye nkora totofia omo so nyina kan be so for that matter ya ne say ya momo 2-unit classroom block with staff common room and afin so no baby ajana bia mienu and afin so mechanized borehole say na be nkora no be okay with the environment na mo obusu ande no na ofi ho no so na wa ba locals Bosman electoral area ya momo 6-unit classroom block and also comprises we 4 WC your teacher staff common room your headmaster be headmaster veteran and your mechanized boreholes room then as if for be kama and cramp the first of its kind a story building and I see a amount then we know na yakọ asonkori
Yanko special report we kase sonko a eda hwene mu na oyikobo na nakua free ene omafo akodigita ho NDC aban ebeba no hyebo ahodo na America kra aban no atena so no bosha wo hye no yehu ni sei abam anai ti sei
Petumi every Ghana for wa kan sem bebre extra said e be so Ghana for asum na ya hwe ho ato abaye de ama no ene Oyerepa special reports and Ghana for doing community bisa won say. Eba ho do endi samanyokuo ne hye ye bra na wo bom so ano. Emu dia hen e na waye.
Oba o ka say economy no behwe say be gina yie. Ampa so say em say nam single digit. Agina wo so ache. Dollar so ye so be chiri ni. What much che dollar ato wa ma say Trump ku adane na antasentase a so de adane ntokwa nti oguso kakra yentifi peko pempo ese e de mesere se Growth market no ani keiti afis tu no o me ma me mo no munye ba bi ntina na me bisa
dollar baby and nam say baby dollar we na ebi wo ha ye timamufo na na ye ade na ba from kan o say eteso no say old stock na the open wo deji they say dollar nam 10 to 11 cedis that time so na e be 14 to 16 nti sa na me so mi hu nti monya aboche adman de akaka obe me de dum so no wo mtimi hu he ni hu he ma de dum so mo de atena dum so musa wakwa ba osa dia be ko dunsu
na adwuma a oye de adwuma no wa sha ase a oye ne kakra iti se so am interchange a mo ye nwa adwuma no wa sha ase na bi wo so abeka ho asem a iti egu akwan mu a oye de oba be
ebia ne ho a omotimi aye omoba TV so a omba be kan de enti se wuni krokesie mu a obaka se ne ma ekoso so bibia ne ho ekoso enti bo sha na omo sha ye ne de enya hu ba kokora ukru mu a ena wo mo ye se 24 economy no ye nyina ye nam krom ha eni babia ye se ebobe 4 ho call 5 ho no a police for krom wen no obi apon
dia wote ye nyina ye Ghana fo bi no okira won adwede wonim se ndi saban no ahya ase ya na dia waye won so a wo hwe e dia na wahu se watimi aye oyukọ banana ekrefie enemy
Zani kasoa yeko edwaso kasoa na de dadi dwaso e de frise kudiyazo sika aba produced by company limited omakwaji sika twitwi die bia oso obehwa gina so e de atwia woni a wabeton won kokoo eka na afi wo manya sika e de didi Isaac ana etwaso
Sadia adwumaku a won na woto kokoo e wo man Ghana mu benya sika e de ato kokoo ahoro nti embrembrem won aye nhyehyɛ ahoro a won sa aka sika a ne bo esom Ghana sika 30 million Ghana cedis Sadia beya ebeboa adwumaku no won anya sika de ato kokoo na efei kokoo akuafon so won atimi anya sika e de agu won botom na sa nhyehyɛ ahoro nyinara e de arekoso Sadia beya beboa na ohawa ahoro a enen akodare license buying companies ahoro no won atimi eso ano na efei so atimi aboa ma Sadia kokoo akuafoton won kokoo a wonya sika ntia won ka no so no won atimi anya sika hyew e de ama won na saa hyehyɛ yi ebeto ogwa bre a wode won star agent ya sekrata ase wo produced by company na fe Ghana National Cocoa Farmers Association na kofa Sadia beya ebeboa ma akuafa rehemu ewo kokoo tomu no atimi agina ne nan so na dwumadi no ase na deputy managing director of finance Mr. Thomas Ayisi editugwa ekirese saa hyehyɛ foforo a won ayeyi no eka ho bi ebeboa ye ma competitors ahoro na fei eka ahoro a enen akodore adwumaku no won atimi aso ano na fei so won atimi anya sika yiye e de aboa ama adwuma no atimi akonkan na okasai.
Looking at the time factor, the suffering of the farmers there, we felt that no, the farmer has done no wrong. It is trust. They have given us the cocoa. We have supplied to our regulator, that's Cocoa Board. If Cocoa Board is not able to meet this obligation and the farmers are suffering, then let's go out of our own way, then get some money, do our own arrangement, sort out the farmer whilst we wait for the regulator to do the needful.
Eningachi ena openinga oneng wada Ghana National Cocoa Farmers Association ano Mr. Stevenson anane Boateng enso kasa no wachiresi sa enkabo mu a aba akuafo na fei produce buying companies ahoro no mu no ebeboa ama niama ahoro a enen ekere won adwen hye won so no won atimi asu ano ne titiriw eye illegal mining activities.
It's an opportunity to establish strong systems and structure that would directly support cocoa farmers and improve their welfare. For many years, the welfare of cocoa farmers, as we all know, has not received the needed attention. We are optimistic that this collaboration will create alternative and practical measures to address these long-standing concerns.
Bedia beya hana beya kenkane bejidi sebetie bejidi sebehwe bedabasi ye twa ho ye ba ye be kwa kofa entertainment news na nama nti for Edibre. Enije de kasia ebreni adishimamba yamamajo emamu akwaba midini na nama entifo yeshen samnu ase tema meya akane na oye movie actress Ebi Bright odina oda menam so onimyamfo a ohwe South Day abato mpesua no so onimyamfo Roxanne Nelson dafiamapo eko Twitter handle eko chon sembi ede wishing happy birthday na nsam no yina ne tofo bom no chese ne yere no odo ne pa se wa man emofra nsam no beto odwa no e ma fo won ye papa se de na asem wei obi ehu sa ne yere atese akoso a ma wo memu enan na ye mo pa ene video bi a honorable Ebi Bright e ka sai fa na wawe hu aba beto abonten eyi nsam no yina ano.
To protect my family if I thrust them into the public space. So I kept my marriage private. I kept my children private. I was not all over social media. Immediately I changed my polish. I snapped a picture and I post. I didn't do all of those things. It allowed me the space to grow.
Authority o makwache China phobia wo susu se o mo hyekuntu na se ton mattress a yade rubber na ahyemu na eno nam so e magana fu ani aba o mo so a obi ahwehwehwe ne mattress ne kojon cancel win na di kan a afofo nso so ato no so
nikotwa mempa nikotwa mattress se rubber bidunya kupon na ko jimi sika wo ni rubber ya mattress ai dei Mathieu. Manka, because baby. Robert bekan, Robert.
Yes, obi kwa de esre ene hyemu Erade ameyi a mse de besi enye na ye wiensam no na nanse na Telze Ghana Music Awards whatever na wieye no man for chese red carpet no so de na enye fe kra de na wo hwe ni mu say the likes of the Nama background ene afoforo e be pie so ne Nama background e chese so be pie TGMA for red carpet so dia aye so mutuanika
na wacha ochumiyara na 27th Telcel Ghana Music Awards wozeba na iwi na nsama horowa ofiaso to eni bi inyi ntara horowa celebrities a wowo omani mu share ze call red carpet na ase nkrofo kira adwene day oyantara na osafata day wo share ze kwase na nyipa hu bi a na nche worihwe enyi mpode wo mra ase bi inyi Anama McBrown Sunday na fashion sense wo soropa na hona wakeka hu eyi na onam do mana Anama McBrown ababo ana worihwe day se Telcel Ghana Music Awards pede opui wo hono red carpet asa odo wotua ne kaw ansana waba wo Sunday oye brand
Arismamba ye jina we so e de nije de kase a yebo ano e de beso mu no esimiri de na nama entifo pieseladi ewe kase no ewo amanoni madawase awomonisha abro Yanko amanone ensemu yeko Nigeria mino emo no mino edi abetu dwase o say ye wakunkokobo nkokomo hwirefri se etutura for sa atwom a waje oman no oboso no wakum emu wa ha edioson enum 175.
Bo amane say America man no ahra dom a wo abimemu aka omo ho ama waye operation bi operation na chi no watimi aku Islamic State ISIS atiate dom no be say wo ha ene adiosun enum na no mu na Nigerian Defense Headquarters mpanyifo achirem say US Military Africa Command na bo nti dom a obo omoma omonema ebi ya topa ya ahodo ebi ya drones ama odikotu ISIS fo yesoso a ochirem say ohwe dwumadi a ISIS onenkwa bata wo bibrimato ya hanom West African province ISWAP dia wo dia wu no wachichi nipa hodo ekosie a na nwa hia sa America man no ebebo ntu do mo atu sa na mo no ne set Nigerian Defense Headquarters penye okasama won Major General Sumala Oba e dey abasobo se ma America ban no se waboa wo ama enei no matibi atu sa na mo no mo hwe anim se breko anim no obesta so abo Nigeria man ti do ma amampani Bola Ahmed Tinubu so ebo amampani Donald Trump abasopa se omudi nkomo no opani ebo an
Yanko Germany Munich ena yejina na empenifo ne bambofo achiri pamienu bia o se da bi Alex Capot wonu se no ma e wo man ni mu ohwiahwia won sam no oton e de ama China
Apostle o Bavarian region Munich wache China manage shimienu a about na Munich a won krata se o ye German for nyina ne se nkrofo yi enam kwati kwan so de won afrofro German asradom na dwumadi ahodo asradom ni di enhye for abefo kwantempo so no oto na wo hwehwehwehwem na wo twetwe no de ho information e ma China man no enka ne chiremu a eye nipa mienu a ya chewo mi omo ya awarefo na wondin ne ye Zuenjunsi ene Huansi eye asradom a o Bavarian mantamu a okrompo Munich no onjumadi a odie no mu ena nkrofo yi de won frofro enya kwan hodo ofaso a odi ojuma wo ewiem ekwan hodo a tradom no won planes ahodo etimiko eba abefo de artificial intelligence a kwan hodo di mani a wo hu eno ene tia German mra federal prosecutor chewo mu a odem kopie mu Federal Court of Justice na ene washa ase ahwehwe san nkrofo yi nsem a ebo omo de a na chese bra no ene won bia na
Yemfa seda emenyumekuo yi se waso yemo Newman College Department of Nursing Fro say Brabetsua Nursing wo ho Newman College Department of Nursing best place ma woni opese okonkan wo nursing adwuma yemo oye BSc Nursing top up ema RG and diploma nurses certificate in nursing registered assistant clinical diploma in nursing school no accredited GTech any NMC ekra womumu affiliated to UDS Tamale no ultra modern library any normal edisua de ema okonkan pa we regular weekend and evening sessions time bia no obetime akusua de atwomata chiman school no ben kwada so and after 0574 661 117 0574 661 117 0267 330 492 0267 330 492 wope academic teaching staff and one obabo school no titru obi obekire BSc nursing program no qualification no PhD Master of Science and MPhil for 0558 052747 0558 052747 and 0574 661 117 time da so cap 2026 PBL Broadcasting Limited at the time that so cap 2026 and eba and the security cap on yasam ketwa Ghana Prison Service, Ghana Immigration Service, Ghana Police Service, Ghana Armed Forces, Ghana Customs Division Service, Ghana Fire Service, Watun Safra IGP, Nyasam Ketwa, huru Nyasam Ketwa kra. Yan sponsor the nation's doctor, Dr. Edu Jemfi, Dr. Time Daso, Ebekoso Opoku School Park, Santase, 23rd May, memenida. Edi yen anywia. Time no 9 o'clock, ekosi 5:30 enyumre di ebehwe woni brana yenyi Oyerepa nsuo kroje Oyerepa nsuo nini eni kroje na wato bi anom occasion bia every day every time isani ko guna for 0539 596 165 0539 596 165 tanaso ena yetunu anase ye nsuo no medin edpc ladi Dominos Vobiscom, Eradia Sumbienka.